Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Gooner. Listen, I know I did a post earlier saying that I wasn't doing any live streams today, but listen, Arsenal threw a curveball in this afternoon, announcing the signing of Gabriel, so I just had to go live. And joining me to discuss the transfer and the arrival, he hasn't been on the channel for a while, so he's back again, is Sam Greenwood. How are you, Sam?
Back again. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, mate. Daniel, how you doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm very, very well.
Good.
So, listen, guys, this isn't going to be an overly long stream. It's going to be about 20 to 25 minutes. So, listen, let's get straight into it. So, Sam, Gabriel has just, in the last few minutes, been announced as an Arsenal player. How do you feel about this signing?
Well, first of all, it's a very poorly kept secret. Obviously, I think everyone knew about 2 weeks ago he signed. Everyone was, I think, speculating so much as to why he hadn't been announced, whether it was quarantine or there was something with the deal that still needed to be done, or I don't know. They just dragged their feet for so long. Probably something to do with quarantine, even though that makes no sense because other teams have been announcing players even though they've been in quarantine. But anyway, it's good to finally get the announcement out there. Big relief for everyone to just finally get it out there and get the news that everybody knew anyway is out there. And they did it in a bit of a funny way with a chat on YouTube with Luis and Willian introducing him basically with the Brazilian trio, with their little Brazilian group going. And on top of that, they did the official announcement on Arsenal's homepage and all their social media accounts at the same time. So yeah, it's quite well done and just took a long time to do it and finally done. Yeah, I'm glad to have him. I mean, he looks like a promising player. Yes, it's true. He's only had one decent season at Lille so far, but he's a promising player and a lot of clubs are in for him, including Napoli and Manchester United. So, we managed to get hold of him. We managed to persuade him to come to Arsenal, and let's see what happens. He gets the number 6 shirt, which is a big number to fill, of course. Big shoes, big number to fill. The number 6 shirt for obvious reasons. So we'll see how it goes. We can only see now what the future will bring.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Arsenal kind of not rushed the announcement because it's taken a fucking week. But I kind of think that the way they've done it was a kind of a little bit haphazard. They tried to do it in a clever way with the Brazilian core with Willian and David Luiz and that. But I kind of feel like listen. An announcement's an announcement. The fact that he's an Arsenal player is it doesn't really care about the announcement. You know what I mean? But the way they've done it is kind of like. They tried to do it cleverly, but massively backfired because, they
special guest appearance. Who was that?
Yeah, I don't know why they just didn't come out and do the fucking announcement. Why wait a whole week? And like you said, it's Arsenal's worst kept secret. It's like being at a house party and everybody knows your missus is cheating, but you. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's everybody knows it was going to happen. Everyone, it's just
I mean, there's pictures of him at the training ground. Actually at the training ground, not training, but sort of being around there and everything. It's like, okay, yeah, we know you're here. So hell, it's just such a badly kept secret. And why they took so long to announce, I don't know.
And they could have. They could have fucking killed 2 birds with 1 stone and put Aubameyang in there as well. Do you know what I mean? Just because this Aubameyang thing is dragging. This.
Well, has he signed? Has he not signed? We don't know, do we? That's the thing. We don't know.
Well, I was watching a video from Charles Watts about. He put it up there about 3 hours ago, I think it was, or not long ago. It was sometime this afternoon, and he was saying that. Like the Gabriel one, it's done. Just waiting for the announcement, and I don't know what are you waiting for. Just now you've got momentum. Just put that out as well. Just go and put. Aubameyang signed a deal. I don't know why you have to drip feed us this information that quite frankly, we know is, we know that it's done. So why not just put us all out of misery? Do the Aubameyang thing as well. Listen, Gabriel, I don't know too much about this kid, right? I've not seen him play at all. I've tried to look up clips and various things, but they don't tell the full story. But from what people say, is that he's quite a big unit, a bit like Saliba. He's quite a big guy, and he helped Lille get to fourth in the French league. He helped them, and and he started all the Champions League games.
Yeah, he's had a decent season. He's had a decent season. He's been developing. He's been getting better and better the last few seasons, and apparently this is his first season where he's really shown some promise. And he's showing enough promise and enough talent there for the big clubs to come in for him. So that's the way it is. You've got to get in early now with these kids. If we can't wait for him to become another, of course, I'm not going to say he's going to become another Van Dijk, but I'm saying if you had to become a Van Dijk somewhere else in 5 years' time, then he's worth 100 million. Then you got to get these kids early, and that's the whole point. You got to take a chance, get him in early, and if he develops into a great player, that's great, isn't it? Then things have worked as planned, and now he's showing promise. He's showing talent. Let's hope he delivers.
Yes, yeah, and I actually think that it's. Do you know what? Right, I was thinking about this. Okay, Arsenal are slow at announcing these fucking deals, but we're actually, when you think about it, and I know we've only signed 2 players, but for me, it was never about signing 2 players or signing. For me, it's not about the quantity of players we sign; it's about the quality. And when you look on it, we're actually addressing areas that, quite frankly, needed to be addressed.
Yeah.
So we already had Saliba. We already had Saliba there. We were going to get another centre back in anywhere, whether it be. Listen, I know a lot of people will bang on about Upamecano and all that jazz, and everybody that he was what everybody wanted, but actually, when you look on it now. And you look at Gabriel. Listen, he's still got to prove himself, because we know what it's like. We've seen it firsthand with Pepe coming from the French league. It's a different kettle of fish to the Premier League, so he's got to prove it. But we're not crying out for centre backs and going out and buying wingers. Do you know what I mean? Like we're actually I feel like that we're addressing areas and it's so simple. We've known for years that we need a defensive midfielder, we need centre backs, and we need, especially last season, we need a creative midfielder. So we've done that with Willian. We've got another centre back in. Now we need to get that defensive midfielder. I'm not even fussed about getting this Awar or whatever his name is, because I don't feel like that's what we need. I think we've got Willian, who's Premier League proven. So now we need to just go and focus on the getting outgoings out, which is good, because we are seeing now players going out, like with Mkhitaryan. He's left the club, which a lot of people are moaning about the fact that we didn't get a fee, but it's 180 grand a week wage bill off the book, which is good. It looks like that Socrates is on his way out. Also, Kolasinac could be potentially going as well. Listen, those aren't confirmed. They're looking like this happened. Also, it looks like that we're keeping Maitland-Niles, which is good, because I think this kid, we need to keep hold of this kid. If nothing else, if we keep him for another season and his value, and he has a roaring season, his value will go up. So then we've got another sellable asset if we need to strengthen in other areas. So we're actually doing all the right things. Ceballos looks like he could be coming back, which he's another midfielder who I think could complement the likes of Willian. And so for me, all we need is that defensive midfielder, and I'll be happy with that as a transfer window. And then obviously Aubameyang signing. Even if we kept Lacazette, even if we kept Lacazette and just made with that. Listen, that instantly makes us better with the 2 centre backs and the defensive midfielder, and then we keep the goalkeepers. We need to keep Martinez and Leno, and then you'd probably only say that our weak link in the team is potentially right back, because I'm not convinced by Bellerin, and obviously Cedric hasn't had long enough. So you'll probably only say that is our weakest part of the team.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because we've got an amazing talent coming through there at the moment called James Olayinka, who's on the bench for the Charity Shield game. And there's been a lot of mention, a lot of talk of him lately in the under-23s. He's been doing bits for them at right back, and he's looking really good. He's looking like a real, powerful up and down the line right back who can actually tackle and can actually cross the ball as well. So it'd be interesting to see if we actually start bringing him in maybe throughout the season, hopefully, or maybe next season. But he's a real promising kid, and I think with him there, I would love to personally. I'd love to see what he can bring to the table. I know he's a very new name for a lot of people now. I don't think a lot of people have really been reading what's going on with the under-23s and everything. But he's shown a lot of promise this last season, and he's actually part of the first team set up now, a peripheral set up now with the first team. In and out with training and everything, and he was actually on the bench for the Charity Shield. So I'd be interested to see what can happen with him. I would like to see what he can bring to the table as well.
No, and I just think I mean, when you factor in as well that we've not got a lot of money because of the coronavirus pandemic, and it is, apart from Chelsea, I never thought on it this way, and Charles Watts made a good point in his video. He said that apart from Chelsea, nobody else is really moving in the transfer market. The only reason Chelsea are moving is because they've got that money from transfer windows built up and the Hazard money. So you could look on it and say that you look at other teams, like Man United are panic buying. They're getting in this blooming Van der Beek, and first thing I thought, it makes no sense, because they try to get their number one target and Jadon. Now they're getting this Van der Beek because they can't get Jadon Sancho. And do you know what? Right, I looked on it, and Man United are moving like we moved 3 or 4 years ago. Under Wenger and Gazidis, and they are the carbon copy of us. A few years ago. At least we might not be moving like Chelsea, but at least we're addressing areas, and it's a process, isn't it? It's a process. And this Gabriel, listen, I actually love, for all the noises coming out that he's going to be a talent, and I was saying this to Simpy and Natesh the other day. I was saying that when you look on it, we've not really in recent times, apart from Mertesacker, we've not really had any tall commanding centre backs.
No, we've got one now with Pablo Marin.
Yeah, with Pablo Marin, we've got 3, because we've got Pablo Marin, we've got William Saliba, and he's quite a big unit as well, isn't he, that Saliba? And then we got this Gabriel. So we've not really had any. All our central defenders have been wimps and cowards, when you put it bluntly. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully these I'm really positive. I am really positive. I mean, listen, it's what we needed. It's not, it's not a big name. It's not a big name, but then.
Could become a big name, though, right? That's the thing, isn't it?
At the end of the day, the one thing that this transfer window and recent times is showing everybody in the football world, whether you're a fan or a player or anyone connected with football, is it's not always the big names that get the best results.
No.
It's not always the big names. It's not always the popular names that get the best results. And you don't have to spend the vast amounts of money to get good quality players.
No, of course not. We've seen plenty of examples of that, right, throughout the league, you know, with Wolves and Sheffield United and Southampton, etc. You know, we've seen plenty of examples.
Yeah.
Leicester.
So for the Premier League, and I will take some questions in a minute before wrapping up. So for the Premier League, would you throw Gabriel straight in there, or would you err on the side of caution and maybe
I think we'll see him.
Go with Saliba and Luiz?
I think we'll see him. I think we'll see both of them be added in a bit gradually. They won't both be thrown in the deep end. They'll be brought in here and there, I think. But I think they will be. I think we're going to play with a back three. So I think I'm not quite sure how that constellation is going to look with these two guys. Who's going to be in defence together with these two guys? Who that third person is going to be centrally? But we'll see whether that's going to be a parallel.
Do you reckon we're going to have the 3 centre backs or the 2 centre backs?
I reckon we're going to have the 3. We're going to have the 3. We're going to have 3 at the back with the 2 wing backs that we've been playing now. I mean, we played every game like that now for a while.
So maybe because Mari's injured, so you're probably looking at Saliba, Gabriel, and David Luiz.
Yeah, that would probably be if they're playing well. If they're brought in and they sort of show their potential, then that's probably what we'll be seeing. But until then, we'll be seeing a mixture because they're not going to be playing that much to start off with. They're going to be brought in gradually. They're not going to be thrown in the deep end. I don't think Arteta would do that. They'll be playing a bit here and there, and we'll see how it goes. You know.
And listen, like we've got Tierney as well, who's quality. We know what he can do, and our defense is not looking so shit now. It's just that right back that worries me because Bellerin.
Well, with Ainsley Maitland-Niles, right? You're covered on the right and you're covered on the left. You know, he can play right and left. So it's if Tierney can't play, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Bellerin or Cedric can't play. You've got Maitland-Niles.
Yeah, I mean Ainsley, and that's why I think keeping Ainsley so important because he is versatile.
Oh yeah,
and we need that. He can plug the weaknesses in our team. So if there's a weakness on the right, he can plug there and drop out Bellerin. Listen, Bellerin might not be here by the end of the window. We just don't know. He could be one that's, if we're keeping Ainsley, which is looking like the club wants to keep him now. Then Bellerin could be surface to requirements, and he could be the one. Listen, Ainsley's got more of a shelf life on him. He's still only young. He's still adaptable, coachable, which Arteta seems to be doing that. And listen, he's never going to play that midfield role. He needs to just get that out of his head. He's never going to play that midfield role. He just needs to knuckle down now, and he's got the talent. We've seen he's got the talent, and
exactly.
And then I'm really positive. So what we'll do is we'll get into some chats, and then we'll wrap up, and that'll be it for the welcome to Arsenal, Gabriel.
Yes, exciting times.
Yeah, so big up everybody in the chat.
Big up.
Let's have a look here. Do you want to read some out, Sam, or do you want me to read them out?
I can have a look, see what we've got here.
Let's...
there's not really any questions, just loads of comments. Just basically big up everyone in the chat, all saying hello and everything. And the Arsenal Misfit Steve saying he thinks after the shit season we had, we deserve better than getting dicked around by the management. So we're in a good mood for once. It seems to be going in the right direction for once. Like you're saying, seems like we're finally addressing the areas we should be addressing, which is good. And he goes on to say from the videos and stuff he's seen, he looks pretty good. And certainly better than what we've had when it comes to Gabriel, in terms of what he looks like when he's been playing. So yeah, it would be interesting to see what he brings to the table. Omar, big up Omar, says he looks like quality, and with compatriots Louise alongside him, he should settle in quite well. Yeah, that's another big factor. I think he'll settle in nicely with the Brazilians there. See what else has been added here. And Chadwick just saying, big up Chadwick, nice to see you as usual.
Big up Chadwick.
He says all we need now is to get Ozil back on the squad and we'll win the league.
Joker, Jesus Christ. I tried to watch the interview he did on Arsenal, but obviously he can't speak any English yet, so it was all in Brazilian. So I was like, geez, I can't, as much as I'd like to, I can't speak Brazilian, you know what I mean, or whatever it is that they speak over there. So I was like,
but yeah. And then we've got the Misfits saying we've been playing a back three because of the shit players we've had to compensate for. Yeah, basically to compensate for our weaknesses. He thinks he can see us going back to a 4-3-3 when everyone's up to speed and healthy, I suppose, with the team he wants to play. Arteta, we'll see, because the 3-4-3 has been working so well. Yeah, so why change something that works? You know, you don't really do that, I don't think.
And I don't think he will. Like and that was my worry, is that when we, I thought in the Community Shield, because now he's brought in these players and he's probably going to try and implement his system. I thought the 3-4-3 was just to get us through the last bit of the season, and then just to try and get us through the end. But actually stuck with it, and I like it. I like it because it works. It complements our weaknesses with the players we've got, and it works. So I think he should stick with that because it's getting results. And it
works. Like you say, it works, and it seems to suit our players and the way our players, the way they play. It seems to suit them well. We've been getting really good results with it. So for me, you don't change something that works. We've got to keep at it and see what it gives us. I think it gives us that versatility going forwards and backwards. Going backwards and forwards with those wing backs, who can be in support, in defence, and also in attack. So, it adds a new dimension to everything going both ways. So I think it's a very interesting formation, and I think it gives us a lot. And it's going to be very interesting to see how we continue with it. And it's been working, so there's no reason to stop using it. So yeah, very interesting. I think we'll keep on using it. Taib asked us a question. Sam, what lineup can you see Arteta starting with against Fulham? Yeah, so I think we'll save that for another preview podcast. But we'll see. It'll be interesting to see whether Saliba or Gabriel make the starting lineup, though. That'd be very interesting to see against Fulham. Probably not. Probably be a bit too early for them yet, but we'll see.
Yeah. Listen, we're coming up to 25 minutes, so what we'll do, guys, is we'll wrap up there because Sam's got to get back to work, and
I've got to get going.
just a quick announcement announcing Gabriel. But listen, I hope you're all happy that he's here. Listen, Sam, just tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, I've got this channel called Sam Greenwood TV. It's not very active at the moment, to be honest. But it will be soon. I've got stuff lined up with Football with Brownie. Got an interesting interview lined up with him there, and his crazy history with Cardiff. Not going to say much more. We'll tease it a bit more when we get closer to it. And I normally do like chat shows about Arsenal and current affairs in football. Late evening chat shows, keep it a bit light-hearted. And then I'm normally on watch-alongs and preview shows and that with you, and then the other guys like Ryan Fletcher, Mr. Arsenal podcast, and sometimes if Simpy's doing something or Nitish, I'm normally flying around on your guys' streams. So yeah, that's where you can find me. And it's been a great little announcement as usual. And I hope that everyone in the chat's okay and staying well. And I hope we see each other soon. Yeah,
and listen, thanks for coming on at such short notice. Listen, I know it's
a pleasure. It's always fun. It's always fun.
But listen, guys, I'm going to be back later. I'm going to do a few pre-recorded videos. I will be dropping them throughout the evening. And then, listen, do smash a like on the video. Do hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And do like my Facebook page. But, listen, do go and check out Sam's channel as well. But listen, thanks for tuning in. And there's only one thing left to say. Gabriel is a Gooner, so welcome to Arsenal.
Gabriel, yeah, welcome.
And take care, guys.
Hope the Gooners